The big one is just about to start. It's Kenya Harlequins versus Impala. Main Cup semi-final here at the Christie Sevens 2014 edition. Main Cup semis, these are two rivals, two neighbors who share a fence here at Gong Road. Impala versus Quins. Main Cup semi-final number 1. Our center referee is Andre Karani. This is a big one. Then Gong Road Derby.
Number 17. Of course, the good book, this is a Sunday. Just remember, the good book says love your neighbors, but on the rugby front, I believe that will be suspended for a while for the next 14 minutes. The neighbors will definitely be having battle all out of front against each other. These teams have had a lot of history among themselves. They have a level of rivalry that is unmatched anywhere on the Kenyan rugby scene. Pius Yindu with the ball reception there. Doing very well to beat his opposite man, Paul Labuto. It's Davis Makori. Very solid player, retaining the ball possession. Samson Onsomo gets the ball. He's got Paulo Mulokoli off his shoulder. Mulokoli has the speed, does well to retain it. He starts to chip ahead. Ball bounces well for Mulokoli. Gives it back to Samson Onsomo. Onsomo barely almost gets to the try line. Great counter coming from Kenya Harlequins. Tony Mutai with the ball currently. Looking very lively, straight from the kickoff.
A very fast start there from Impala. And Impala there.
There's a penalty there for Kenya Harlequins.
Eden Aguero just quickly scratches off the ball. And he's a nifty runner. Very elusive, very quick.
Impala just losing their form in defense there. And you do not let that man get on through. We've seen him scoring a couple of tries.
And that
Godfrey Okoth moving on there. Pius Yindu does well, but Godfrey Okoth does well to step. Receives the ball, and Godfrey Okoth, who started the move deep within the Kenya Harlequins territory, concludes it, and all that Samuel Lech can do is just shrug his head as Kenya Harlequins score the first try.
Yeah, Harlequins with the first try there, and a very good start for Kenya Harlequins. It's 5-0 to Quins. And not in your picture, but from where the commentary box is seated, Impala in the traditional stand, to my right, gone very quiet.
Kevin Keegan with the ensuing conversion kick attempt. Kick goes wide, so Kenya Harlequins retain their slender advantage over Impala, 5 points to 0.
It's a very, very fast-paced game. Impala almost looks certain to score a try in those opening few seconds of the game.
Because Impala do have a lot of options on the bench. They still have Innocent Simiyu, who's been very, very outstanding for them. And I can also see Anthony Nyandigisi, who scored 2 tries in the main cup quarterfinals, still yet to get on the field of play.
Still early days yet, but the hammer blow has already come in from Harlequins. They lead by 5 points to 0.
Almost lets the ball bounce a bit too much, and Samuel Lech with a step. Looking much better from Impala. Samson Onsomu almost makes a meal of that, but managed at the last moment to get a hold of it. Impala preferring to do 2 passes and then just get the second last man trying to get some fellows committed before doing the pass. Pius Yindu, he's got a lot of pace to burn. Just overdoing it there. Samuel Lech with the ball. Great step in there from Samuel Lech. Lech does well, and it looks like he'll be going all the way to the center. So Impala strike. Great piece of work there by Samuel Lech.
Absolutely. Impala very, very patient there. You could see what they were intending to do. The gap just opened, and Impala very much back into this game as we speak.
We did see Samuel Lech in the Kabeberi tournament. He was in the UK, playing in the UK Sevens at the behest of Impala Rugby Club's brother club in the UK, Saracens. And you can clearly see the reason as to why he was one of the players selected to go on another level of international exposure. Absolute class coming from Samuel Lech.
Yes, he went there also with Ian Minjire. So Impala very much back into this game with the conversion to come now from Marcos Simiyu. It is straightforward. It's going to be 7 points to 5. This is a cracker of a match we have here for our main cup semi-final between these two bitter rivals, neighbors. Impala versus Quins. It's a main cup semi-final. Christie Sevens.
Samuel H. on the picture there, scoring his try moments ago. Set to kick us off on the restart. Still a very open game. And Oliech quickly turns into villain. That was an awful kick from him. Just
Awful
quickly
kick.
handing over advantage to Kenya Harlequins after just doing all that was required to make him turn into a pseudo-hero status.
Yeah, and we've seen this a lot, Hillary, this weekend. Teams from the kickoff are not, they're trying to maintain that possession, but you know, the ball must cross the 10-meter line. So, it's advantage Harlequins here.
Kenya international practice is going to well handle there by the Impala defense. Polu Mokoli showing some level of physical dominance in there and getting an unforced error there that almost cost Quins, but still they retain possession. Geoffrey Okoth getting the ball to that man Eden Aguero, and you rarely see someone catching up with Eden Aguero once he's been able to go around and get such a lovely running angle like that. And it would appear that Kenya Harlequins are keen on getting Paul Abuto to finish as the top try scorer because Aguero passes the ball to Abuto in the try box.
Yes, of course, Eden Aguero has been one of the outstanding players this weekend for Harlequins. And just generally the whole tournament, the step, the fend, the acceleration, the speed has been fantastic. And Quins retake the lead here. It's you score and I score. So it's Harlequins now 10. With the conversion to come from Kevin Keegan, will push the score to 12-7. Conversion good, and it's Harlequins 12. Impala 7. And in your picture there, Kenya Rugby Union Chairman Mwangi Mo there, and I would want to believe that must be his son. And you can see there Eden Aguero just scampering away and giving the ball to Paul Abuto to finish at the center. Can Impala respond?
Davis Makori receiving the ball there for Impala. Quick recycling of the ball on Somu, getting the ball to Neto Simiu. He's a player full of treachery and trickery. And unfortunately, the ball goes forward to Polo Mulokoli. The crowd doesn't seem to like it, but from a mile, it looks like it actually did travel forward.
Yes, it did go forward there, by the way. And
my able colleague, Mike Wambo, has given us a much more in-depth analysis that it went in the northeasterly direction from a southerly wind gale.
Yes, the ball did go forward there. So Andre Karani, very spot on. So it's advantage Harlequins again with 13 seconds to go to the end of this first half. Kevin Keegan, Eden Aguero. Aguero, an elusive runner, and he breaks the line again. And Eden Aguero going all the way to the try line. And Quins profiting from a mistake there by Impala.
I think there's only one thing that I tell the Impala players if I was on the technical bench at the halftime: please do not give Eden Aguero speed, because he has been the assassin and the fellows actually caused them a lot of pillage so far in the first half.
Yes, but it all started with the forward pass, and the scrummage went Quins' way, and we are probably going to go to halftime right now because time is up in the first half, with the conversion to come now from Kevin Keegan, pushing the score to 19 points to 7. Let's just wait and see if he does that. Kevin Keegan with the conversion. It's 19 points to 7. It's halftime in the first main cup semi-final. Impala 7, Quins 17. No, Quins 19. Halftime.
The picture moments ago was Kenya Harlequins assistant coach Victor the Rhino Sudi. Of course, Kenya Harlequins coached by both Victor the Rhino Sudi and Sydney Black Rosobonyo, themselves very exciting players who actually got capped for Kenya at 7th and 15th.
Yes.
Impala looking a little bit more subdued. Nikabok didn't look like he had a lot to say, perhaps. May need to go around and bring in a couple of fresh legs. He's got a couple of options. Anthony Nyandigisi, Lamek Savea Dunde, and Innocent Simia all on the bench, including also first choice preferred sweeper Richard Sidindi. So they do have a couple of options, players who've actually been able to come around, get tested, and are proven in the 7th circuit. And perhaps it will be a matter of time before we see these players being introduced in the second half.
Yes, also on the Quins side, I can see Max Theory is readying himself to enter. But as it stands, you just get the feeling that Impala have to score the next try. Otherwise, it's going to be game over for them. At 17-7, they're behind by 10 points. Still got a long way to go, but psychologically, should Quins score, they will push the lead to another 15 or 17 points. So a big second half for Impala. Can they respond?
Godfrey Koth with a very clear line out. Well retrieved there by Patrice Agunda. Kevin Keegan, he's a player who can actually also just light something up. Almost tries to get the Eden Aguero, the danger man, into the field of play, but this time Eden Aguero not very comfortable with the possession end. Quins make a double sub. In comes Brian Wandera and Max Theory. It would appear that Godfrey Okoth is taking a breather, as will get confirmation Tony Mutai.
And Impala also introduced Innocent Simiu and Lamek Dunde into the fray. I don't know who does come out here from the Impala side.
Like for like substitution, Impala brings in a forward and a back bat. Sorry, Impala bring in two forwards. Quins bring in one forward, one back. So very interesting call in there. I think both coaches just looking at trading their cards once they've already seen what the opponents are doing.
Yes, Nato Simiu now.
Samuel H, player full of trickery. Goes around his player but just doesn't get enough space to be able to go the entire yard. Done well there by Neto Simiu. Impala still retain the position. That's the man there who's just made his comeback this weekend, Innocent Simiu. That is Lamek Dunde. Eden Aguero does well to cover the threat that Lamek Dunde posed there moments ago. Samson Onsomu coming in. There's a penalty advantage being played by the match referee. And Impala quickly pick up Onsomu with a quick one. Not taken on the spot, so the referee goes back to show Samson Onsomu where to take that penalty.
The Impala faithful not very happy with the calls that the referee is making. Should have allowed maybe Onsomu just to gallop his way. Can Impala fight back here?
Pius Shindu with the ball. Not being given any space by the Kenya Harlequins defense.
The top try scorer at the Principal Sevens last week in Nakuru. Much better play coming in there from Impala. Look like they had their play isolated, and Kenya Harlequins almost made a turnover. Innocent Simiu showing his experience, coming in and ripping the ball that had almost been lost. Nato Simiu trying to look for those gaps in this team. Does he have the pace there? Remember, the pressure is on Impala.
Simiu playing his sibling on. He's got his sibling off his shoulder. Elects to pass the ball to Neto Simiu. Neto has got a couple of options. Passes it to Kevin Keegan.
Passes to Kevin Keegan.
As an Impala player. Impala will still get a scrum put in the 5 area. No, it would appear that try good.
The try has been given.
Looks like Kevin Keegan had the ball ripped off his hand by Samson Onsomu. And it is a try.
It's a try. Impala strike back very quickly, but he just thought that the try opportunity had gone. Very good break from Innocent Simiu to his brother Nato. And as Nato was just looking to pass the ball there.
Kevin Keegan lost the ball in the air. And it's actually Pius Shindi. It looks like it was Pius Shindi. If not, no, it's actually Lamek Dunde.
Lamek Dunde.
For the try.
Yeah, Lamek Dunde with the try there.
Very unfortunate piece of play there from Kevin Keegan. He should have just gone on through and done the sensible thing and killed it.
Conversion good. And it's 19-14 and we have a game on our hands right now. Impala closing the gap now to 19 points to 14. And Samuel H substituted here. I don't know who's coming. So the kickoff now to come. Anthony Nyandigisi, I think, is going to take over those kicking duties from the restart.
Impala looks like they've thrown the proverbial kitchen sink, putting everything that there is remaining into this game. And at 14 points to 19, you get a feeling that this will actually set itself up for a very exciting finish.
2 minutes, 45 seconds to go. Quins still leading by 19 points to 14.
Abuto trying to take on Pius Shiundu shows him he can match it for speed. Samson Onsomu using the trickery that saw him voted as MVP in a couple of tournaments last year.
Yes.
But it will be called back up for the earlier infringement, the earlier knock on by Kenya Harlequins. So Impala with the scrum put in.
Yes, Impala with the scrum put in. With 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go. And it's a very tight contest here. Main Cup semi-final, Christie Sevens, day 2. Between these two bitter rivals, they are neighbors. A long rivalry dating back to the 80s and 70s between these two great teams. So, Impala on the attack again.
Anthony Nyandigisi
And
got
Anthony
the ability
Nyandigisi
to break through lines, does well. Gets the ball to Shiundu. Shiundu was just a bit off from the mark. Samson Onsomu retrieves the ball deeper with the Impala territory, much more deeper than they would have expected themselves to be in an attacking situation. Onsomu keeping the ball. Neto Simi just trying to jink along. And Simi looks like he gets a gap. Almost breaks on through. Quick recycle of the ball. Onsomu spots a gap. Onsomu
And
looks
Samson
like he has the
Onsomu.
speed. And Onsomu looks like he's cantering all the way to the center. And Impala draw even, 19 points all.
19 points apiece now with the conversion to come. And Harlequins look very stunned here. Samson Onsomu slicing open the Quins defense. And it is 19 points to 19. Impala have come back strongly in the second half. And they have the momentum with the conversion to come now from Nato Simiu.
Of course, Onsomu did look like he was struggling in Nakuru last week. Perhaps looked like he was hiding an injury. However, showing a lot more fluidity this weekend and definitely going on through to perhaps be one of the game or match winners for Impala today. It stands at 21 points, Impala, Kenya Harlequins 19. With less than a minute on the board, it would appear that we are dead set for a blistering finish.
Yes, absolutely. This is tight, arguably, I think the best game we've had on day 2, I think. Impala versus Harlequins. Anthony Nyandigisi with 17 seconds to go. The kickoff.
Innocent Simiu retrieving the ball there for Impala. Looking good for Impala, and I think they'll perhaps just want to keep the ball and wait for the hoot and kick it out. Lamek Dunde with the ball, trying to break through. Kenya Harlequins not getting him. And it looks like the Kenya Harlequins
The referee playing advantage.
Yet another penalty for Impala. They may want to go for the line and just drag down the clock. Looks like that's what Samson Onsomu is asking for.
The referee playing advantage here. So
they've had the buzzer going, and it would appear that Onsomu.
And it's all over.
Flurry.
Impala have beaten Harlequins here.
Go down Impala. Who would have thought make it into the first final?
Absolutely. The Impala fans on my right going absolutely nuts. They have beaten Kenya Harlequins here in an epic semi-final. 21 points to 19. Impala have come from behind to win this game. They were trailing by 19 points to 14 points to 7 at the interval. But they have come back to win this game. And there will be joyous scenes by Impala here.